Good morning. Welcome everybody to the YouTube channel, your YouTube channel. Some great messages yesterday, emails, and I've tried to go through a few of them. And one, gosh, that sun is so bright. I should be wearing my sunglasses, right? It's really incredible, the sun at the moment, and we're in November. The sea is very calm today. There's not a chemtrail in sight. It's absolutely beautiful out there. So me and Daisy's lying down now relaxing because she's had a long walk. It's been a beautiful walk for her. She had to stop halfway and I had to lift her up and bring her the rest of the way back because she's 15 now and she's struggling with the back legs, bless her. But she has 1 hour of healing a day from me now. And after the healing, she kind of runs around like, like that second wind you get, and then she just falls asleep. And she kind of rests most of the day. Healing's really good for animals. If you ever have an animal who's in pain, take your beautiful family pet to a healer. You'll be surprised how much benefit they get from it and how easily they receive energy and they work with it too. So today's subject, guys, is all about bullying. And this isn't about child bullying, it's about all forms of bullying from a child up to grown adults in corporate companies. I have experience through bullying, and bullying from a child, right from being a young lad when my first experience was I was tiny, and a little boy came over to me while I was playing in the sandpit and hit me over the head with a hammer, a proper hammer, and smashed my head open. And that was the first time I experienced in my life bullying, and I didn't understand it, and I was heartbroken then, as I am from last week when somebody in the village had said something about me really bad, who doesn't know me at all, and I still get upset over stuff like that, and I still struggle to understand why. Now, even though I do understand why, I still struggle with it, because why should mankind be, and womankind, why should we be the terrible people we are to one another? Why is that? Why isn't life so simple that we can live in harmony with each other? Why can't it be that simple? These are the questions I ask myself. When you're in a happy mode, life is beautiful. When you work towards happiness, life is beautiful. When you're in a working environment, like when I was in Bali, I shared a video with everybody of these 4 girls in a morning restaurant bar where I was having my breakfast, and they were all holding hands, laughing and giggling, the staff. And I thought, what is this? And my driver at the time, Wayan, I asked him, Wayan, in fact, I'll tell you another story. I went to a place called Finn's Bar, and it was a very a posh place, but still very cheap for Bali. And as I walked in, 4 Australian guys pushed this lad out of the way and says, "G'day, mate, get out of the way," and pushed him out of the way, and he was sweeping the floor. And my heart sunk straight away, and I went over to him and I started asking him a few questions because I wanted to lift him back up again, because I know what he felt. So I started asking him about the place and where I could go for local surfing, and questions that I didn't really need to ask, but he was it lifted him back up again. And I talked to him, and we spoke for about 25-30 minutes about many different things. And I thanked him and took out of my pocket some money, and I said, I want you to have this for giving me the information. And I gave him what probably was a day's wage. And he was so happy, and I went back about a week later and he saw me and he came over and we talked again, and it was lovely. Now, I watched this lad sweeping the floor, and I've never seen anybody put so much love and effort into it, and I thought, that's just like me. When I sweep the floor wherever I am, and when I used to have a hairdressing salon, I wouldn't allow any of the staff to clean the toilets. I said, that's my job, you're here, that's not your job, that's mine. So I've always been that respectful way. I've never asked anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. So when I asked why I'm the driver, I said, what is it about ballet? Why do I love it so much? Why are all the staff, no matter what they do it with so much love and respect? And Ryan said to me, Mark, we have been brought up in our families to be taught by our mothers and fathers, remember that, by our mothers and fathers, to whatever we decide to do in life, no matter what it is, do it with the most respect and love. I went, yes! And this is kind of how I feel about life. I kind of feel that what happens when we get older, if we don't get that love and respect, if we don't have a mother and father, if we have a broken marriage, if we have a father or a mother who is a single parent who doesn't have time to feed their children the respect and love, if that mother or father isn't in a good place because of a broken relationship or they're going through certain issues and problems, as a child, we are affected by that. We often say we try and bring our children up better than ourselves, but that never happens because we mimic everything that our parents do. However, we do have a choice as we get older whether we break the mold of our parents and say, actually, gosh, my mum or my dad was like that, but I don't want to be like that. I want to bring my children up a different way. Therefore, we break the mold. That is the bigger picture. But there are also times as well that you've got to understand that bullies sometimes are in such a terrible place as a child that they may have not had a mother and father, that they may be in a care home, that they may be abused, and so many things that can cause a bully this stress energy when they come to school or work and they see somebody in a good mood or happy. They immediately feel angry because they cannot be there. They don't understand that because of the pain and suffering they're in. Do you understand that? Every bully who bullies you is in a very painful place of whatever you think it's about, you know, being powerful and being the best. Actually, it's not, because I know a lot of powerful people who are amazing people with their staff. So it's not that. That's an excuse. What it is really is that what's going on within them is a lack of something really bad. They are suffering inside really bad, and their reactions to you as they attack you at work or wherever you are as a child, that attack is because of a reflection of who they are and how their life is so empty. There's so much missing, and like I said, you are a mirror image to them. So in truth, I've learned to understand that when somebody has a go at me, it's because I'm shining a happy light, and it reflects to them what they realize that they are not, if you understand what I mean. That is not me, and and they get very upset about that, and then they fight back because most of the time they dare not look at their life and work upon their life. I hope that makes some sense. However, working in an environment of corporate company or work, I'll give you for instance. I worked for a man called Peter Cockerell a long time ago, and the company was called Kirby Vacuum Cleaners, and I used to go around in a van for him and sell products that the young guys used to go knock on the door and say, can I do a demonstration with my vacuum cleaner, and if you allow me in, I will give you this product. Well, that's what I used to go to the manufacturing companies who, I used to go to the Kirby companies and give and sell them that product, so they would go and use them as like a gift. Okay, so one of the things that Peter used to do to me was bully me very, very badly, and I'll tell you something, I nearly went through a breakdown working for him, and then I realized at that point money wasn't worth it, no matter how much I was making. I'll give you a for instance. I'd be in the car with him and I'd be whistling happily, and he'd say, what the hell do you think you're doing? And I'd say, and I'd get, oh, sorry Peter, what do you mean? Don't you whistle in this car. Anybody who whistles means that they are not thinking about their work. So that was the first thing. I'd stop at a junction traffic light in the car driving, and I'd put it into first, and he says, what do you think you're doing? And I'm saying, what, Peter? Why are you driving off in first gear? Never drive off in first gear, drive off in second gear. So again, I've been taught to put it into first, but this guy's, telling me, and you see what it was a power thing with him. He was unhappy with his life, and what he's trying to do there is trying to make his life more powerful. He's trying to make his life better, so he's using his anger, he's using his power over me to make himself feel better. It happens in relationships too. They don't want you to be happy. Sometimes you're in a relationship and the man will steal your energy and overshadow you. This is something missing in them when they're doing that. They don't mean to do it. They're just trying to fill something inside them, and they're using you as that punch bag. It happens all the time. I think with Peter, I think there were so many things that happened, and I look back now and I left because it doesn't matter how much money. I used to come in and he used to say, okay, what have you done then? And I'd say, guess, with a big smile on my face. Well, 4,000? No. 5? No. 6? No. 7? Yeah, I've done 7,000 today. Well, you could have done a lot better. You see, people like this can never actually be happy for you. And the reason why is because they're not happy for themselves. So they live an eternal life of sadness because they're frightened in facing their fears. So they live in that energy. My dear friends, if there is one thing I can share with you today is this. If you work in a corporate company or work where you're being bullied, and you are a sensitive soul and it really affects you, if you want my advice, I would say this. Is the money worth it? Is the pain and suffering that you are hurting yourself with, that punch bag that you are for other people's weaknesses, is it actually worth it for you? And if the answer is no, it's not, then I would recommend wholeheartedly that you look for another position somewhere else before you leave. So don't leave straight away, start to look for something else, okay? And find something that makes you happy, and make sure that the workplace has a good working environment without, and some sort of bully, there's got to be something in place for these kinds of bullies that you would ask before you start the job. Yes, I left many jobs for being bullied. And I've been bullied all my life, and I still get bullied every day. Does it affect me now? Yes, it does. How long does it affect me? Not 2 seconds. You see, you can't stop the effect of somebody else's anger and weakness towards you. You're going to feel it because you're a kind, sensitive, loving heart, okay? But it's how long you hold on to it for. So like the Buddha said, suffering is optional. So it's up to us how long we suffer for. But if you can get this into your head, like I've just shared with you, this little self-help video, that it's never your fault. It's actually a beautiful thing, to be honest, because when people react in the way they do, it says a lot about how amazing your light and your power and your love and your happiness within is, because you are a threat to other people who are weak. And that's all it is, dear friends. You never have to look at yourself and question yourself if there's something wrong with you and why this is happening. No, you don't. I'm here to tell you that it is just a reflection of their sadness, pain, suffering that they cannot ever get rid of for the rest of their life, and they have to live with that. Now ask yourself this question. Aren't you blessed that you don't have to live like that? So use that as a measuring stick today, that you are damn amazing and that you shine a light so bright that it affects others in many different ways. But remember this, dear friends, you ultimately affect more people by giving them happiness and love and making them feel wonderful than the 1% who are in a dark, sad place who react badly. Get the balance right. Think about the balance. Think about the most important and the biggest bulk of love that you share and give to others and make them feel amazing than the little 1% that bully you, because we've got it all wrong. We focus on the wrong things. Oh, Mark, people are saying bad things. Well, you're listening to the wrong people. Listen to the right people. Yeah, you're right. Listen to the right people. Let's make that change today. And your life is your own, and your decisions are your own. And whatever you decide to do in your life from today, whether it's leave a corporate company to start your own business, whether it's to find another job today and look for something that makes you happy, then I would say, beautiful. Do it with the utmost of love and the greatest intentions. Do not go out there and start looking for another job because you feel like you can't continue with this idiot or idiots who cause these issues to you. Don't do it that way. Do it the powerful way. You're doing it for yourself and your heart, because you don't need to be around people like that. That is not what you were born to be and to feel. You're not born to be a punch bag for other people's weaknesses. There is a big wide world out there with millions of jobs and many different things for you to do. And maybe, just maybe, the bigger picture is for you to become more stronger, and maybe to find another job that you will look back one day and say, oh my God, if it wasn't for that bullying, I would never be in this amazing job that I'm in now. The bigger picture's always there afterwards. Isn't it wonderful when we look back and see the bigger picture? But to be honest, if we can believe and trust in the bigger picture now, then you have conquered your life and your path. Have a great day, guys. I hope this video served you well. I love you with all my heart. Thank you for subscribing to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. And I'll take a breath now. Take care, guys. I love you all. You're doing great, by the way.